Sandy Summers from Cessnock in New South Wales is a sincere, sassy and very dynamic performer with a spirited heart who found her rhythm while making waves across the Australian country music landscape as she effortlessly blends country, rock and heartfelt storytelling with rich, expressive vocals. She was named ICMA's Best New Independent Female Country Artist in 2025, and she was also an ACM People's Choice Awards finalist for the last 3 years running. And since 2023, Sandy has released original songs from her Summer Storm EP, along with co-writes with 10 Golden Guitar Award, or 10 times Golden Guitar Award winner Lynn Botel. What a legend that girl is. And just like Sandy. And well-known songwriter Mac Country. Almost all of Sandy's releases have reached positions inside the top 10 of the Australian Country Songs Top 40 Airplay chart, as well as AMRAP's regional chart, and her songwriting has been acclaimed by both the Tamworth Songwriters Association and the Australian Songwriters Association. Sandy is driven, determined, down-to-earth, creatively fearless, and she pours her heart into everything she does. She continues to evolve her craft with each new piece of work she releases, and her latest single, the sensational track I played a couple of minutes ago entitled Too Many Sunsets, is confirmation of her musical evolution, currently being located in a very good place. I first spoke on the phone with Sandy back in February of this year, and I'm genuinely delighted to once again have this amazing songstress standing by on the phone, waiting to have a chat with me. So let's bring her on air without any further delay. Hello, Sandy. How you going?
Oh, g'day, Harry. Wow, that's quite the intro. Thank you so much for having me on the Country Club, and hello to all your listeners down there in the Plenta Valley.
There you go. Nice. I don't often get people to say hello to the listeners. So, yeah, it's nice.
Oh, well, there we go. We're all about the listeners. I mean, they're the ones that support your radio station, so, and me. So
Yes.
I'm very grateful for those listening in. Thank you. We hope you're enjoying the music.
That's very good. Yes, they are the ones that buy your music. So there you go. But look, welcome again to the Country Club. It's always great to have you on the show. I remember last time we had a beautiful conversation. I still remember it fondly. You know, it's just really nice stuff. But anyway, let's
I love chatting with you.
You're too kind. Now, just before we go into it, there's a song of yours that I play regularly, I think. My Roadie. It's one of my favourite songs because I used to be a roadie. So.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, yeah, well, this song is an acknowledgement out to all those roadies that do all that hard work behind the scenes that often don't even get spoken about. So there you go.
Yeah,
inspired by my husband that did all the hard work or does all the hard work when we're on the road.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice for an artist to acknowledge, the people who do all the heavy lifting, most of the heavy lifting anyway, on these shows that you talented people perform at. So I just like to acknowledge that because I think that's, I think it's a very nice gesture on your part, and it's a great song. It really does. It expresses all that stuff, that about a roadie and the stuff they do, So
it sure does. Thank you. That song came about because I bumped into Mac Country up at the Tamworth Country Music Festival, and basically I just could not shut up about my husband and how helpful he was as my roadie. So there you go. That's where it came from. So
Okay.
You do get talked about, you roadies.
There you go. But it's just a nice gesture, and I think it's appropriate to acknowledge that. That what you did. It's terrific stuff. Anyway, let's talk about this new song of yours, Too Many Sunsets. It was partly inspired, I understand, by Dwight Yoakam's 1,000 Miles from Nowhere. A great song. I love that song. I'm a huge Dwight Yoakam fan. Absolutely love it.
Right.
So, yeah, well done on that. But talk to me. What inspired the song? Tell me about it.
Well, those long drives over those Utah roads, just peering out the windscreen, I was actually in charge of the playlist, and that Dwight Yoakam song, I had it on repeat several times, and it just made me feel so good, just going somewhere, not knowing where you were going, but looking for that feeling of wanting to belong somewhere. And I thought, I really want to write a song that feels like that, the feeling that I get from that song. So essentially it's about searching for belonging. As the sun goes down, all of us probably have a different day where we feel fulfilled. We sort of say to ourselves, I've done all I can to sort of live my best day. But maybe some of us say, I'll look forward to tomorrow to make today better. So, yeah, it does go a little bit deeper for me, the meaning of this song, because I have struggled from a very young age to fit into my family for different reasons. In the family unit, we had a handicapped brother, so that made everything a lot different. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to be noticed and valued and safe back then, and I was always searching to belong, and so that's the deeper place that it comes from for me.
Right.
So, and I really felt like the producer just brought out those all of those feelings about being on the road and travelling, and this feeling for just wanting more.
Okay, all right. No, that's yeah. Well, it's sad to hear about your brother, but it's heartening to know that he's in good hands, being looked after.
Yeah, that's right. But when you think about the family units that have these challenges ahead of them, there are siblings in the family that kind of do live a different life to what you would call, in inverted commas, normality.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it is challenging in the family units and sort of, so that's where a lot of my feelings come from with that.
Fair enough, too. Understand.
Thank you.
And then, of course, there's a huge question, what exactly is normal?
Yeah, well, that's right.
So,
that's true.
My normal is different to yours, so, it's just one of those things. Anyway, so I understand you've had some recent surgery.
Yes, I did. I've had some surgery that affected my jawbone, so I've been unable to perform live for a while. But before that happened, I was able to get into the studio because I've got some exciting news where that's concerned. But I've laid some vocals down for a project that I've got on the go there.
Okay.
But I'm on the mend, but I'll be pretty quiet on the gig scene for a while.
Okay.
But that doesn't stop the wheels from turning. I'm always listening to music, getting inspired by it, writing, and it'll always be knocking on the inside, wanting to get out, Harry.
Fair enough. I know that feeling. How long do you expect to be out of action due to that? Due to recovery?
I'm just not taking on anything at the moment, just sort of like looking to sort of get some further advice about it. But I'm hoping I'll be right by basically August, around that area. So.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Look, we look forward to seeing you, at the Gympie Music Muster. How's that?
Yeah. Well, that'd be a dream come true. Yeah, but I just have to sort of put Tamworth Country Music Festival 27 on the back burner for now, and I'll make a decision as I get closer to that.
Yeah, well, that's not till January, so fingers crossed you should be right for that.
Should be. That's right. Thank you.
Hopefully. So I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I didn't. There's a couple of things I didn't get to talk to you about last time, but we can probably cover some of it now. Who do you regard as your main influences? Who do you talk to, or who do you look to? As your main influences.
I don't really have a major influence because I just take on everything with my music. Obviously, I've got the current flavours that are all happening with the Lainey Wilsons and the Keith Urbans, but I go back to the Linda Ronstats. And as a young girl, I was listening to Bill Haley in the comments, and I loved the Hollies. So everything is sort of in there, from rock right through to ballads with Faith Hill. I don't really choose. I go through phases. I guess most of your listeners might do the same thing, where you hook onto somebody with a really good song and you've just got them on repeat on your playlist for a while, and then you'll hear like Dwight Yoakam, and then you'll hear somebody else and you'll just go, oh, wow, I want more of that, you know, and
Yeah,
so you
sure.
look deeper into them as an artist. So I sort of like swing back and forward. It's interesting, but and I get most of my inspiration from listening on to the top 40 and just seeing sort of what flavours are coming through.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. It rings a bell with my own sort of musical upbringing. I guess just
Okay.
very similar in many ways. I mean, as a youngster, I first heard Bill Haley, and fell in love with it straight away. I thought I can't hear enough of this. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and this is weird, and I just want to throw it in there. My dad came from Poland, right? And
Okay.
after the war, he migrated here to Australia, and he loved the place, fell in love with it, and never looked back. But one of the things he brought with him was an old like Bakelite record. It's
Right.
78 or whatever they were, and it was
Yeah.
the Polish version of Rock Around the Clock.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. That would have been interesting.
And that's
Why not?
It's the first time I ever heard that song, and
Okay.
it was in Polish. And then I heard Bill Haley's the original version, and everything sort of clicked into place. But just a bit of a throwaway there.
Well, there you
I
go.
don't know if
I
people are
did
interested.
that.
I don't know if people are interested or not, but it was a really, really good version. Even though I couldn't
Yeah.
understand a word of it, but
It
um,
just goes to show how far music can go, as far as
yeah,
how far it travels to
yeah,
the listeners.
absolutely, yeah. And
Always evolving, and that's kind of why I like keeping up with the top 40 and listening into Spotify and community radio such as yourselves, because music it's all about change, and we're changing every day in our life anyway.
yeah,
Unfortunately, things can't always stay the same, and so I just feel like we're all rolling along with this music as it changes, and to keep up, you do have to be open to that kind of change.
yes, indeed, you're quite right. Otherwise, you'll fall by the wayside because that's the nature of the beast in this business.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's not a bad thing, but I mean, you just got to follow your heart where it's
yeah,
concerned.
exactly. You're right. It's not a bad thing, but it can put people under the hammer a little bit sometimes. They feel a bit under pressure, and
Sure.
I've got to
And
got to get a new album out, otherwise I'll forget about me. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
yeah, that's true. And to be honest, I haven't really found that niche in my music that is a statement for who I am, what style I am. So I'm always trying different things. And just before we came on air, we were talking about it, Harry, where you sort of said you liked what I've put out there so far, but just trying different things, there might be a risky track that comes out that somebody doesn't like. But unless you try things, you never know.
That's it. Like I said earlier, you can't please everyone all the time. So that's
Yeah.
just the way it is. But if you do it most of the time, that's you're doing well.
Thanks.
Um, but I like I said, I haven't heard anything of yours that I haven't liked yet. So keep on keeping on is my
Oh,
advice.
that's so good. Well, I really hope if you don't mind me mentioning that I have been in the studio, and I am working towards an album.
Yes.
And you can imagine it's going to be very diverse as well. It's very personal. It's kind of about all the songs kind of tie into one thing. It's the moments that we need to pay attention to. Maybe we did or maybe we didn't, but they're those blinding moments that define our lives and whether we make the right choice or not. So there's sort of themes in there about stupid choices that we make when we're young, losing love and being on the teetering moment of that, even songs about like the 70s, because I wanted to sort of bring some of my childhood memories back into it. So, which is interesting because you've got Keith Urban out there, like right at this moment, putting out these 70s vibe songs, and I'm like, how did I know that was coming?
Wow.
or it was just like a sort of like a bell went off in my head after I'd had these ideas to do these 70s songs. Because putting myself out there, that obviously defines me as an older artist if I'm singing about the 70s. But then right now to have Keith Urban releasing those songs, I'm thinking, well, maybe that's a sign that I'm doing the right thing, just being myself.
Absolutely. Look, I think my opinion is, if you stray too far away from yourself as a songwriter, I guess, and a musician, I think you start to lose things. You know what I mean? It's you go the wrong way a lot of the time. You know, if you're trying to, if you're trying to not, if you're trying to be something other than yourself, is what I'm trying to
That's
say.
right. I know exactly what you mean, because that question has come up with a few of my peers lately, where if you try to sort of sound like what the listening audience wants you to sound like in that slipstream of where everything is, then you'll not only lose yourself, but you're not individual then. So you may fail to get noticed because you just sound like the run of the mill.
Yes.
So keeping yourself authentic, and whether it is a bit risky, well, it's still true to your heart. So that's what I say, just stick with it. That's all about the reward of writing and singing.
I could not agree with you more, Sandy.
Thanks, Harry.
That's absolutely, you're right on the money with that one. Because I think some people, if they go down that track, they lose too much, and what they're trying to do is second rate. You know, it isn't their best. They're not at their best, and the product suffers as a result, I think, anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so...
Yeah, but I'd still like to pull in all those traditional vibes that I've got, like the memories of the music that I have, and tie them in with what I know nowadays. And so, yeah, you'll feel a little bit of fun and upbeat and grittiness in my music. So I'm really glad that people are enjoying it so far, and I hope that my journey into this album world might pay off.
Well, I can't see it not paying off, Sandy, because you are true to yourself, and as long as you stay that way, I can't see you failing. I really can't.
Thanks. It's just one of those boxes I wanted to tick, and just like to anybody out there that wants to do anything like this, you can go along to these songwriting workshops. You don't have to be a fantastic singer or an established artist. You can come in at any level and learn how to write songs.
That's right.
So I encourage anyone that's thinking about that to do that.
Some of the world's best songwriters never ever put out a single, you know?
Yeah, that's right. They've given them to everyone else.
That's right. That's right. They lived on the royalties, and they lived well, you know? Mm-hmm. So, there's no shame in that, Sandy. Just because you write a song doesn't mean you've got to perform it. Just get someone else. I mean, get Lee Kernaghan to do it for you.
That's right. The one song that comes to mind is Bruce Springsteen. Even though he's an established artist himself, he wrote Pink Cadillac.
There you go.
There you go. That's something that,
Quite right, yeah.
An example.
All right, look, unfortunately we're out of time, Sandy. I've got to sign off, but I just want to really thank you so sincerely for taking the time to have this chat with me on your Sunday afternoon. I do appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
And I know it won't be the last time we do this. So, you've got an album coming out. No better excuse to get you on air. You know.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support and that of PVFM 88.6 FM. So, thanks again to everyone listening in.
No worries. Thank you again, Sandy. All the best to you, and I'm looking forward to this album coming out, and I've got to get my hands on it. So
make sure you don't miss it.
Make sure you send it to me, please.
Thank you, will do.
And I'll send you our mailing address here at the studio so you can...
I've got it from when I sent my EP, so all good.
Yes, of course, I've got it. Yes, I've got it. Yeah, you're quite right. I knew I had it, but anyway, that's... Okay, all right, look, thanks again,
Beautiful.
Sandy. And take it easy. All the best to you and the people who care about, and, just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing it so well,
Thanks so much. And everyone enjoy your weekend. I really appreciate your time.
No worries. Well, it's raining here at the moment, so there's not much to enjoy. Okay. But, we're Melbourneites. We're used to it, so, yeah,
that's it.
We have
Snuggle
fun.
up.
Yeah, we have fun. Okay.
That's great.
All right.
Thanks, Harry T.
Okay, cheerio for now, Sandy. Take it easy.
See you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.